The noise was everywhere: phones, keyboards, voices. Mr. Harrison, the boss, sat in his glass office. He picked up his phone, but his hand shook. A strange pressure built in his chest. He tried to breathe, but the air wouldn't come. His vision blurred. He collapsed, unseen by anyone. Footsteps approached. A gentle hand touched his shoulder. A soft voice whispered his name. The noise faded, replaced by quiet. For Mr. Harrison, everything had changed. Samuel, the janitor, usually invisible, appeared calm as he loosened Mr. Harrison's tie. "It's okay, sir. Help is coming. Just breathe with me," he said, holding Mr. Harrison's hand. Paramedics arrived, and Samuel answered their questions, his calm a comfort in the chaos. Later, alone in a cold hospital room, Mr. Harrison realized how fragile life was. He clung to the memory of Samuel's strength, hoping for kindness, and found a sliver of hope. Samuel couldn't sleep, haunted by Mr. Harrison's fear. He visited the hospital, learned of the surgery and the money problem. Samuel's savings were for retirement, for a dream house by the sea, but a life was more important than a dream. He withdrew nearly all his savings, placed the cash in an envelope. He gave it to a nurse for Mr. Harrison's surgery, anonymously. "Tell him it's from a friend," Samuel said. The nurse, moved, promised to keep his secret. The surgery succeeded. Mr. Harrison was told an anonymous donor had paid. He wondered who it was. Friends, business partners. Gratitude filled him, but he never guessed the truth. He promised to find and thank his benefactor. Samuel returned to his quiet life, never expecting recognition. Mr. Harrison recovered, determined to repay the kindness. The company moved on, unaware of the sacrifice made by a humble janitor. Samuel's act remained a secret, but its impact was profound. Mr. Harrison's life was saved, not just by medicine, but by unexpected generosity. The world outside never noticed. Samuel's dream of a house by the sea faded, but he felt no regret. He had chosen life over comfort, kindness over security. The hospital staff marveled at the anonymous gift. Mr. Harrison's gratitude grew, even as the mystery deepened. Samuel went back to work, unnoticed, content with his choice. The company thrived, unaware of the hero in their midst. Mr. Harrison's search for his benefactor began. Samuel kept his secret, believing kindness was its own reward. The world kept moving, but for Samuel, everything had changed. He had given all he had, and found peace in the giving. Mr. Harrison's life was forever altered by a stranger's sacrifice. The cost of kindness was high, but its value was immeasurable. Samuel's story was still untold, but its lesson lingered. Sometimes the greatest heroes are the quietest among us, and sometimes the cost of kindness is everything. Months passed. Mr. Harrison recovered, changed by his ordeal. He wanted to be better, but old habits lingered. The company faced financial trouble after his absence. Managers suggested cutting support staff, outsourcing cleaning. Mr. Harrison saw Samuel's name on the list, hesitated, but agreed. The decision was swift, impersonal. Samuel received a cold letter. His services were no longer needed. No one thanked him in person. He packed his few belongings, looked around the empty office. He felt sadness, but no bitterness. He had done his job, helped when it mattered. He expected no reward. He walked out, head held high. Mr. Harrison didn't connect the dots. Samuel was just a number on a page. The company moved on, unaware of what they'd lost. Samuel's kindness was forgotten by all but himself. The world outside kept moving, indifferent to his sacrifice. Mr. Harrison returned to business as usual, the lesson unlearned. Samuel's story faded into the background. The office was quieter without him. The decision haunted Mr. Harrison, though he didn't know why. Samuel left with dignity, his secret safe. The company saved money, but lost something greater. The world kept turning, but for Samuel, everything had changed. He walked away, unnoticed, but not unbroken. Sometimes the hardest choices are the ones we never see. Life grew hard for Samuel. No job, no savings, a smaller apartment. He never complained, never regretted helping Mr. Harrison. Kindness, he believed, was its own reward. He kept his sacrifice a secret, even from his wife. Meanwhile, Mr. Harrison searched for his anonymous benefactor. No one claimed credit. One day, cleaning his desk, he found a handmade card from Samuel. "Dear Mr. Harrison, I hope you feel better soon. The world needs good people. From your friend, Samuel." Inside the envelope, a hospital payment receipt. Cash, the exact amount needed for surgery. No name, but Mr. Harrison knew. The janitor had saved his life, and he had fired him. The realization hit him hard. Shame and regret overwhelmed him. He saw the true cost of his decisions. Samuel's quiet act of generosity was finally revealed. Mr. Harrison understood what he had lost. The weight of his actions was crushing. He knew he had to make things right. The world outside kept moving, but for Mr. Harrison, everything had changed. He resolved to find Samuel, to thank him, to repay the debt. The lesson was clear. Kindness can come from the most unexpected places. Mr. Harrison's life was forever changed by a simple, silent act. He realized that true wealth was measured in compassion, not money. Samuel's letter was a turning point. The story of a janitor's kindness would not remain hidden. Mr. Harrison set out to find the man who had saved him. The world outside was indifferent, but Mr. Harrison was not. He would not rest until he made amends. Sometimes the smallest gesture can change everything. Overcome with shame, Mr. Harrison demanded Samuel's address from HR. He drove to a poor neighborhood, feeling unworthy of his usual luxury. Samuel's wife answered the door, kind but tired. Samuel appeared, surprised but not angry. Mr. Harrison broke down, confessing everything. Samuel's sacrifice, the firing, his regret. "You didn't know. I did what anyone should do," Samuel said, voice full of forgiveness. Mr. Harrison knew an apology wasn't enough. He had to make things right. The story was not over. It was just beginning. Mr. Harrison brought Samuel and his wife to a small house with a lovely garden. He handed Samuel a key. "This is yours. Please accept it." Samuel and his wife were speechless, tears in their eyes. Mr. Harrison offered Samuel a new job, not as a janitor, but as head of employee well-being. "Be the heart of this company. Remind us that people matter more than profits." He returned Samuel's savings, multiplied tenfold. "This is your retirement, your dream. I'm just giving it back." Samuel tried to refuse, but Mr. Harrison insisted. The story of Samuel's kindness spread, changing the company's culture. People saw each other differently, kinder, more helpful. Mr. Harrison led with his heart, never forgetting Samuel's lesson. The company thrived, built on kindness. The story ends here, but its lesson does not. True kindness needs no audience or applause. Samuel helped because it was right, expecting nothing in return. His secret act of generosity became a beacon. Goodness is a light that can't be hidden. Even the smallest act of compassion can change everything. True kindness never goes unseen. It ripples farther than we can imagine. Samuel's story reminds us, the quietest acts can have the loudest echoes. The world outside keeps moving, but kindness endures. Mr. Harrison's life was changed forever. Samuel's gift was more than money. It was hope. The company flourished, but the real success was in its heart. The lesson: kindness is the greatest legacy. The story may end, but its impact lives on. And so does the ripple of one quiet hero's compassion.
What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.